when Brand New Sin, my heavy metal band, that we had a couple of different record contracts and we toured the world, that was kind of coming to an end. And there's a lot of factors that were making that happen at that time. We weren't making any money. The egos were getting to be too much, or the existential factors of the sex, drugs, and rock and roll started playing in. But we got to a point where it was over with. And I had some factors that personally in my life, I lost my father, was the big one. And at that point, it was a huge turning point. So it's like, okay, most people will be like, well, that failed. I didn't become a huge rock star. So now what do I do? Do I go back and get a job at Home Depot? Do I go back to school and finish my education? Do I, go into the career that I went to college for? Or do I find a way to navigate this? And I wasn't quite sure what I was going to do, but I knew I didn't want to go back to where I started. I wanted to keep playing music. So most people thought I was down and out for the count at that point, and I said, no, I'm going to find a way to make a living playing music. So that was when I took my piano thing that became Just Joe and said, I'm looking around at different places in Syracuse and I'm seeing people play and I'm going out to see them. And it's not an egotistical thing, but I was like, well, I can do what that guy does and I can do what that girl does. And they're playing 5-6 nights a week. I can do this. So I just found a way in. I took some of the relationships that I made in Brand New Sin, and I just kind of started picking away at them, and I started taking gigs and gigs and gigs, and I went from 100 gigs a year to 150 gigs a year to 200 gigs a year to 250 gigs a year to 300 gigs a year. Now I'm working so much, and I'm like, all right, how do I go back and start playing 100 gigs a year, because now I'm overworked? So it's like, I think, at least I thought, that I might have been down for the count when I left that band, and I've come out more successful than I probably ever imagined I could have been when I left that band. And now I'm at this point where it's been 10 years since I left that band, and I said, I'm going to do the 10,000 hours. There's a book called Outliers by Malcolm Gladwell that everyone should read, and I read that book right around that time, and I said, I'm going to put myself into this situation. I'm going to do 10,000 hours in 10 years. I'm going to see what happens. And it's been 10 years. And now I'm at the end of that road, and I'm like, okay, now what? So now I'm going to take that same mentality that I had when I thought I was down and out, and I'm going to take it and put it into the next 10 years. Even though I've already become successful, I'm ready to see what the next 10 years look like. You guys like the music that you just heard? Well, that was me. It was created by me, written by me, mixed by me, whatever you want to call it. So if you guys really dig what you heard, you can check out the links in this video and also future videos. And make sure you subscribe to the Faces of Syracuse here on YouTube.